Okay, where to start today? I have been struggling with this drive unit. The wiring on it is super basic, but for some reason, I have been having such a hard time getting it going. And it all came down to contactors. So here we have, this is the Gigavac GV241 Max. I actually had another one of these already that I was going to use, and the case was cracked. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't feel comfortable with 400 volts going through a cracked plastic case spun coil. So I chose not to use it for hopefully obvious reasons and ordered another one. So I got this guy off eBay, brand new. It's like 85 bucks, maybe 90 with shipping, something like that. And had it all wired in and still, and then wired all my everything else, and just was having a heck of a hard time getting this Tesla drive unit going. Just again, trying to bench test using the 057 controller. So put a call into EV West and talked to them about their Gigavac contactors. And it appears that we needed an internal economized contactor for this project. I didn't know what that even meant, but I ordered one. So here we are about $150 later for a third contactor at this point. And we sat down this morning to do some work. First thing we did is we actually filled the transaxle with Dexron 6, which is the required transmission fluid for it. It only takes 1.5 quarts, but I definitely wanted to have that in there before running the drive unit. You can also see that the CV axles are out of this. They're out getting shortened right now and hardened. So they are off to Idaho to Dutchman axles getting fixed. So they're not in it right now. So I didn't want to do anything too crazy as far as, hard throttle hits if I could get this going for obvious reasons. There's no resistance there. There's no CV axles in it. So I just wanted to just do a tiny little bit. And for some reason, this guy, it still wasn't working, and it was driving me so crazy. So I put the new contactor in. See it back there? And I turned the key, and it went again. It went to red. And my goodness, that was just not the blow that I wanted to see today. That was pretty devastating. So I went back through it one more time. Went through all my schematics. Here's a schematic of the coil, the contactor, and the precharger. This precharger is very important. This actually comes to us from, we bought it through EV West, but the company that makes it is ZEVA out of Australia. And both EV West and ZEVA have been very, very responsive. They've been very, very helpful. And I've appreciated their help on this first half of the journey. We're actually going to be transitioning now over to EV West, to Stealth EV for all of our battery monitoring system. So we're actually going to change it up a little bit and go with those guys. They've been incredibly helpful. But for just this part of the process, this is where we're at through EV West and ZEVA. A reminder for everybody else, we did go with 057 Tech. 057 Tech is out of North Carolina, and they sold us the actual computer that tells this thing what to do and hooks into the Tesla drive unit and tells it what to do. So, again, we got all these new parts in, hooked it all up, and still it went straight to red. We got no green light, we got no contactor click, and I was at the end. I couldn't believe it. Went back to the schematics and realized that I did have a wire hooked up backwards. I can confirm that on the previous time I had it hooked up correct, so that contactor was proven bad. But for some reason, when I went to change out for the new contactor, I hooked it up backwards. So I just wanted you guys to have this win with me. So here we go. I'm going to show you how it works real quick. So we already put the main fuse in. It's like a 300 amp fuse 400 amp fuse comes with the Chevy Volt battery. Comes over, power, off the power, positive, down onto the contactor, and then on the other side, carries on to the battery or to the drive unit. So let's go ahead and click this guy on. As you just heard, that's the click that we have been waiting this entire time for. This guy flashes red until it is ready, until it is pre-charged, and then it turns to green. So again, let's go ahead and show you that process one more time and what it looks like. Just that fast. We are currently in neutral. This is my brake button. So we're actually going to do this real quick. We're going to push the brake, take it out of neutral, put it into drive. Here's neutral. We are now in drive, and I've taken my foot off the brake. You can already start to hear it moving forwards. Like I said, since I don't have any CV axles in it or anything right now, it's kind of difficult to see because obviously, well, no, let's see here. Let's see if I can shoot through and if you can see anything spinning. There you go. So now let's see how talented I really am. If I can give it a little bit of throttle while doing this. Yep, so like I said, she works. We win. We got it working. I just wanted to invite you guys along for that little victory. I'm going to be out of town for about a week, and so I just wanted to show that off. I was really hoping to have this done before I left on vacation. I just didn't want this on my mind the entire time I was gone. So now hopefully I can relax. This part of the puzzle's over, and we can move on to the next puzzle, which is going to be battery monitoring system for a battery that has 96 individual cells. So stay tuned. Thanks very much for all the recommendations and all the helpful comments. I appreciate it. If you like the project, share with your friends. But here's for a win on a Sunday afternoon. Thanks, everyone.